There we are. Hi, everybody. How are you? We are, I am getting used to a whole new classroom setup here at SGHQ because we're using now an iPad, which is much better camera clarity. So hopefully you can see me better. If I'm working with crystals, you can see them better. How are you on this evening? Welcome to session 3. I'm so happy to see you. Yes, it's a little bit different. Just the camera's different. We're upgrading our internets and our technologies to bring you better vision, right? Isn't it good? So if you thought it was your vision, like, oh my God, my vision's going, it wasn't. It was my camera, and so we have a better camera for you now. It's clearer, right? Isn't it fun? I don't know about the volume. So Team SG, if my volume needs to go up, if you guys can help me with that, I would love your assistance. But the visual, from my perspective, looks better. I was making perfume right before this, and I spilled perfume literally all over myself. I spilled essential oil. So I was going to make a joke about peeing my pants. But anyway, just so you know, if I look kind of like unkempt, I spent the 2 hours before coming to you making perfume. So really fun story. I want to share it with you just because thanks you guys. So well, Team SG, they're having challenges with the volume. If you can help me fix it, that would be great. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Well, you know, it's for us, it's always good to try something new. You know what I mean? Like, even if it takes us a minute to work through some of the challenges, whatever, if the volume is low, we will, but in service of getting you a better image quality, like, it's, from my perspective, it's so important for us to make those changes for you guys. I hear Alexis.
I have a post-it for you. And we also wanted to let you know that the volume is great on our end.
Okay, volume is strong on our end. So if you're having volume challenges, it may be on your side. Team SG can hear me. So check your speakers, check your equipments. I want to make sure that you knew it was okay with where we were. Okay. So I have so much to tell you today. Yeah, just turn yours up because they're hearing me full blast. And so if you can't hear me, just turn yours up a little bit, and then you should be better. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate your feedback because we're working to adjust this and make it perfect for you. Lip gloss break. Okay, so what was I telling you? There are, if you want the mortar and pestle with your North incense craft making supply situation, if you want the mortar and pestle, I have 12 left. So we're having an upcoming bonus class where we are making incense honoring the North. When we turn from fall to winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, we turn from the seasons of autumn to the season of winter. And North is all of the trees, all of the grandfather trees for you in an incense blend. So I'm walking you through an optional incense making class for the North, which includes pinon pine powder, fir powder, cinnamon powder, and cedar powder, which you can see here. And then you get fir balsam absolute and cedarwood atlas, which you can see here. And then you get your charcoal disc, and you get your jar with your label. So you have some place to put your incense when you're done. And so you can get the whole kit, the 4 powders, the 2 oils, the disc, and the jar for $19 before your 18% off today with code 18gather, or for $20 more, you get the mortar and pestle. If you got your mesa, you already have this. If you didn't get your mesa, you don't have this. And I will tell you, this is made of olive wood. My sister works for Williams-Sonoma, which is one of the really fancy kitchen supply companies in the world. She's in their corporate offices in San Francisco. And she always tells me that olive wood is what all the cooks use, all the chefs use in their kitchen for wood items like spatulas and spoons, and it lasts forever. It's really good quality, and it is made literally from the trees that produce your olive oil. So it's a beautiful wood to use. It's sacred to Athena, olive wood. Not that that matters, but you know, for me, it's kind of special. So you can choose. I have 12 left of the kits with the mortar and pestle, and then I have A few dozen left of the kits without the mortar and pestle. So if you want your supplies for the upcoming bonus class, they are on the website. And I don't know if you saw my live earlier, because so many of you were buying your bonus kits, if anybody does purchase today, I'm going to send this entire tray of crystals home with one of you, which includes, and I cherry picked every crystal that's here from Sage Goddess on my gemstone floor. I picked kunzite, Congo citrine, Agni Dambarite from Africa. I picked banded amethyst, pink and green tourmaline. I picked emerald and sugilite and bolivianite, merlinite, kyanite, cobalto pink calcite. It's like a quiz for me. Larimar, morganite, golden healer lemurian, quartz, prehnite. Then this is aquamarine, one of the biggest pieces that we have in the house right now in tumbled form. Picked a beautiful six-sided smoky citrine for protection. I picked a hessonite garnet for abundance, and then idocrase for creativity and passion and sex, because that's what idocrase is all about. So one of you who makes a purchase today from Soul Shift only is going to get this entire tray of stones with everything included here as a gift from me. So enjoy that. Isn't that fun? Okay, so I love it. Is it Teresa? Just said she's using Track perfume tonight. So whatever perfume you're anointing with, I want you to gather your supplies. This is our shamanic journey tonight. This is session 3, when we go and we connect with the energy of the month and we travel together. Tonight is a lower world journey with Pachamama, and I hope you're excited. Turn up your volume if you're just coming in. We have a new format here. Turn up your speakers, turn up your headphones, whatever you're working with for sound, turn it up just a little bit to hear me better as we're transitioning to an iPad here at SG so that your visual of me is better and clearer. So tonight, be drumming for you with a new drum that I haven't played for you before. And tonight is Pachamama. We are going into the womb. We are going right here tonight. And so if you've been feeling disconnected from the divine feminine, if you've been feeling, I don't know, rejected by the feminine, disconnected from, distanced from, I don't know, coldness from, rejection from, I don't know what it could be. Tonight's going to bring you closer to the feminine in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. Tonight is, for me anyway, a really important journey because I'm always trying to reconnect with the feminine in a deeper way and really feel safe and appreciated and welcomed, right? The feminine in my life has always been my struggle, right? And I know for a lot of you it's the same. So if you've been feeling like you're really in the masculine, like things are, you know, you're seeing movement in your life, you're seeing transition in your life, you're seeing momentum in your life, but you're not feeling soft or held or loved or appreciated or nourished or nurtured, then tonight is going to really address a lot of those wounds. I have a beautiful song that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. Team SG can post the link to you or for you for SoundCloud if you'd like to I don't know, add this to your playlists or learn more about the artist. It's a beautiful song. I'm going to be drumming to the song tonight. And so if you can, I don't know, download the song or find the song and then you can drum right along with me. But I'm going to be playing it for you tonight. Then after tonight, you'll have it. So if you need it for your future journeys, you will be able to enjoy it. Cassie said she's been nursing a lot, not nurturing a lot. I almost said nurturing, but nursing a lot. So she feels like she's been giving all this energy out. It's time to call it back in. And I think that's what the feminine is reminding us. Like, you call it back. Call your feminine back. Call that nurturing back to yourself now. We've been pouring out. We've been sending. We've been channeling. We've been allowing so much. I don't know about you, but in my life, I feel like I'm holding a lot for a lot of people. Sometimes it feels like, what's a way to describe it? Sometimes it feels like trying to make things better for people, you know, so they're not so overwhelmed, not so afraid. And so I'm constantly trying to create structure around things for people, or prepare them, or soften it, or soothe it, or comfort it, right? And so if you feel that way too, I think a really good experience for you tonight would be to ask yourself, where do you need that back? What do you need to call back to you tonight? Comfort, healing, softness, allowing, nurturing, understanding, right? Like, where do you need to pull that back in? Ashley says support. And then Ashley, what does that look like? If someone's supporting you, right? What would that look like for you tonight to receive support? Would it look like someone, I don't know, doing something that you need to do or that you do on a daily basis, but doing that for you? I had a friend write to me today and asked me to do a favor for her. And at first she said, I'll pay you to do it. And I wrote back to her and I said, I really just want to be able to help you. Can I just do this? You don't have to pay me. Like, send me good energy, but you don't have to pay me to do this thing. And she wrote back and she was like, I can't believe you're just going to do this for me. Because it cost me time and money. But it felt really good just to, like, she didn't have to worry about it anymore, you know? So to all of you who need a hug tonight, and for somebody to say, you know, I want to do this for you, I want to hold this space for you, I want you to recognize each of you, right? This is Pachamama. This is why we're journeying tonight. Like, she does this for us. She's holding the space. She's tending the space. She's, you know, she wants to make things easier for you. It sounds kind of like irrelevant in a way, but so I had a meeting with someone today. It was a really important meeting. And I offered to buy this person lunch, and they said, no, I'm bringing my own lunch. So my team had a lunch for me sent in. And my lunch had like meat in it, okay? Because I usually need protein. I don't know why I'm telling you this. But the man who was meeting with me and brought his lunch in was a plant-based meal. It was a beautiful salad with carrots and mushrooms and garlic, and he had made his own dressing with olive oil and vinegar. And I looked at my food, which had meat in it, had chicken in it. and I really had an experience. It wasn't like about the food that we were sharing, but I remember looking at him and looking at me and looking at his food and looking at my food and thinking, you know, I should be honoring the earth more and not eating an animal product. Like, why am I eating chicken right now? This man who's come to meet with me, like, I'm the one hosting him, and he's the one who's honoring the earth more in his food choices. Like, I had this whole experience today about, like, I need to stop eating meat. I need to stop eating chicken and beef. Does that make sense to you guys? I know that most of you are worried about sound, but I really wish there was a way for you to just hear me and kind of be present. I know it's so hard. Team SG, if we can help them at all, because I really want them to be able to focus on what I'm sharing as opposed to the sound. You know, like, what I'm sharing is important for our work tonight. I love meat too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Greek and I love it. And it's part of my, like, I feel grounded when I eat meat and I just love it. But there was part of me today, like just today, even if you can only hear the whisper of me, try to be present. We're working on it. I promise I'll fix it. But even if you can only hear like the tiniest part, can you like listen a little bit closer? Maybe this is part of your journey tonight, is to like lean your head in and just listen as closely as you can. And I'll try and talk as loudly as I can. I'm just saying, Pachamama is speaking to us all the time. Sometimes she speaks quietly, and sometimes she speaks in a louder voice. But today, she even used an opportunity that had nothing to do with like my work per se, right? Well, not this work. And it was like, tune in, right? Pay attention. honor me and my kind. in what you're doing in order to get back to where you want to be, right? There's something there for all of us to be considering, I think. Okay. So I'm going to ring my bell. I'm going to be up and a lot quite a bit tonight, so I just want you to be ready because I am not going to be just seated in my chair tonight. I want to be up and around. So let's talk about opening a beautiful circle. I want to smudge first. I want you to be paying attention and focused. We just rearranged my altar. Hold on while I find a lighter. That may be the one thing I don't have. Hold on. Okay. I know, I'm so excited. Okay. I have a new bundle that I'm going to light. White sage and rose tonight, which is clearing and compassion. I haven't been able to show you white sage this clear ever before. Even if you don't have one in your hand, I mean, you have one in your hand, right? So let's call our energy into present time. Let's be here now. In this time, in this space, in this time outside of time, in this space outside of space. Salvia apiana. Isn't it beautiful? It really is. It's right here in front of you. Salvia apiana, which is this gray sage, only grows between North Los Angeles and Baja, Mexico, and only as far east as the Anza Borrego Desert. Other than that, you won't find her anywhere in the world. Isn't she beautiful? And when you see her growing wild, and now you know, like this is how sage got it started. I used to hike in the Anza Borrego Desert, and I used to find her growing wild, and I used to pick just like one of the heads or two of the heads and take it home and bundle it with roses and lavender and stuff from my garden. And a friend of mine said, I want one of your bundles that you make. And I said I would send it to her, and she said, no, I want to pay you for it. So I said, okay. So she said, so you have to put it online, and then I'll go and buy it. From the Anza Borrego Desert, right? And so I put it on Etsy, and then, you know, some of you know the story. And I texted her and said, you know, there it is. And then somebody, you know, I got a sold notification like 15 minutes later. So I texted her and said, thank you for buying it. And then she wrote back and said, I didn't buy it. Can you put another one up for me? And so I thought it was a mistake. So I put another one up. And then I texted her and said, thank you for buying it. She was like, I didn't buy it. But it all started there with that beautiful, really big mother plants in the Anza Borrego Desert. We're probably, I think, about 20 or 30 years old now. You know, looking at the size of the leaves that I was getting at that time, and yeah. Because she wanted me to do that, Mystic Gypsy. I was like, yeah, you know what, just, you know, at the time, I didn't have a way to get money from her electronically. I didn't have a PayPal account or anything. And so she's like, no, I'll just pay you or whatever, send you a check. And then she said, I think you should put it up somewhere where people could buy it. She wanted me to start a business. She thought it was beautiful. So she's like, put it up on a website and I will buy it. But she was trying to push me to get these beautiful things in front of someone, because no one had ever, at the time, there was not, can you imagine, not even a single white sage and rose bundle on Etsy. Nothing like it had ever been listed before. This was 9 years ago. And so if she had not done that, I wouldn't be sitting here with you now. I ended up selling 2 dozen in the first week because it was like no one had ever seen it before. She's now very successful in her own right, and we're still very good friends. And I totally credit her with the whole beginning of everything, right? It's true. She knew. She even says to this day, I knew what was going to happen for you. Prophetess of a kind. Okay. Well, fun. So, I want to begin by opening our circle tonight. Welcoming in our spirit guides, ascended masters, light beings, angels and archangels, ancestors in the light. Calling in any beings in any star galaxy who are here in service of our highest good, in service of expanding our conscious awareness, helping us bring our soul paths and purposes forward. So I want to begin by calling in the guardians of the 4 directions tonight. I'm just bringing your attention to your breath, rolling your shoulders back.
Power off.
Guardians of the East, we welcome you into the ceremony space tonight, helping us to create space and spaciousness, new beginnings, helping us have an open mind, to see things from a new elevation, a new perspective, bringing the clarity of eagle and hawk tonight. Helping us to relax now and to soften in as we prepare for sacred shamanic journey this evening, traveling between the worlds. We welcome the guardians of the Eastern Gateway tonight, and guardians of the South, the Fire Gateway. The guardians of the South, dry airs that blow northward toward us from the south. Where I am in California, this is Mexico. What is south of you? Call in the guardians from that place. The guardians of the South are really powerful teachers of shedding, letting go of what doesn't fit anymore. Stop trying to fit into other people's molds, ideas, expectations of you don't fit. Instead, try to shed that skin. It's okay to celebrate how different you are. Why would you want to be like everybody else? Ask the guardians of the South. They're not happier than you are. So shed that skin, release that fear, engage that playful mindset in the South. Be like Fox. Why aren't you curious? And we welcome the Southern Guardians. And the Guardians of the West, be with us tonight as we open our sacred circle together, my brothers, my sisters. And the West is where we cry it out. We shed our tears, we shed our fears. We receive the medicine of releasing and purification in the West. We heal the mother wound tonight. Stop carrying that around. Give thanks to the one who birthed you and let her go and find her own peace tonight. Pachamama reminds us tonight in the West that she is our mother, the great mother. The mother who birthed you is not the only one. Welcoming the Guardians of the Western Gateway. And Guardians of the North, the father to our mother tonight, the strength we need, the poise, the patience, the fearlessness. We never walk alone in the North. Trusting the big trees, the cycles of time, helping us find our own cadence, our own rhythm, listening to the drum beat. Welcoming in the Guardians of the Northern Gateway tonight. We're opening up that vertical axis tonight to welcome the Guardians of the upper world, spirit guides, ascended masters, Guardians of the star gateways. Guardians and keepers of the Akashic records, ancient wisdom. Please share with us, show us what we're ready to receive tonight. Pachamama. Dear astral sisters and brothers, keep us grounded as we channel tonight and open new pathways, new gateways to awareness. And Guardians of the middle world, we welcome you too. Our brothers, our sisters. This here and now moment, this Kai Pacha moment. The planet that's hurting. Please teach my brothers and my sisters tonight how to open the aperture. Stop focusing on what's small. When you focus on you, when you focus on your feelings, your needs, your desires, you lose the perspective, you lose the joy, you lose the service. Remember why you're here. Guardians of the middle world, we welcome you. Guardians of the lower world, keeping us tethered, connected, hopeful, gathering up past life wisdom tonight. Pachamama, help us trace our roots, our lineage tonight down through the roots of the earth. All the plant teachers of plant medicines, we ask that you take us under your wing tonight. Help us to journey into the crystal kingdom. See what's happening, what's growing beneath our feet. Stop just watching with our eyes, listening with our human ears. Trusting those animal instincts. Listening to the voices of the dead. Giving thanks for wisdom from below. To the Guardians of the East and the Guardians of the South. the guardians of the west, and the guardians of the north, and the guardians of the vertical column, and to Pachamama. Ho, and so it is. Ho, and so it is. Okay, let's get our tools situated. I think it's important for us to take a moment and do that. So I am going to be working tonight with my lighter and then I literally put it somewhere else. What did I do with it? There it is. My candle. So this is from your mesa. This is your trust candle tonight. So if you have your candle, were you drumming with me? I love that so much. And Michelle's Palo Santo smoke danced with the drumming. Thank you for doing that. So trust candle tonight, and then I'm going to be anointing with my Agua de Florida. What else feels important tonight? I'm going to be anointing with my perfume. What else are you doing tonight? A little Palo Santo magic feels good for tonight too. It's her medicine. You know, I always think of Pachamama as Central and South America, and Palo Santo really originates in Ecuador. Such a beautiful country with such a magical lineage. Water sacrament, womb. Oh, I love it that you lit your Pachamama candle. So if you don't have Palo Santo, that's for you for tonight. Okay, so my Mesa perfume, a little bit at my wrist for what I do, at my third eye for what I know, at my ankles for where I go. Adding some to my amulet just because it feels good to charge it each time we gather. And then our beautiful Agua de Florida that we made. Again, a little bit at my wrists for what I do, at my third eye for what I know, at my ankles for where I go. It's like the eucalyptus and the jasmine just dancing together. It's so beautiful. I think that's it for me for tonight. I'm gonna eat some honey. Do you still do that with our honey medicine that we made this summer? It's still good for you. Honey is a natural preservative, so it's not going to go bad on you, but it's still good to have some sex honey before a journey. Cannot hurt you. Can only help you, the sex honey. Okay. Remind me tonight I have a giveaway. This is an azurite pendant that I've been waiting for the right occasion. And so I'm going to be charging it in ceremony tonight, and then I'm going to give it away to one of you. Isn't that beautiful? Azurite's a very powerful third eye priestessing stone, so one of you is going to get that, but don't let me forget. That's just a giveaway. Okay. So I'm going to light my trust candle. Pachamama, beautiful Pachamama, Earth Mother, Primal Mother, First Mother. So what I want you to do, I'm going to put my candle back on my mesa. What I want you to do is roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time. Let's see what time it is now. I'm losing track of time. I'm going to turn my speaker on too because I'm going to be drumming with you.
Power on.
There we go.
Bluetooth connected.
Power on, Bluetooth connected. Okay. So tonight I want you to really soften in. You're in a beautiful sacred space. It's safe here. You've been shifting all year long. You've been preparing yourself to do this work tonight. And so tonight what I want you to focus on is you, your entire being, who you are, where you've been. And in particular in your body, I want you to focus on your sacral chakra tonight, which is the space between your ovaries or your testes. Men and women both have sacral chakra. And we both have to heal and protect this. It's the womb space, right? And even if you don't have a womb, you came from a womb. So no one escapes the womb as a human. You either have one or you came from one, right? And so tonight I want you to roll your shoulders back, and I want you to begin to pay attention to your breath, to your breathing. And I want you to think about this concept of a Pachamama, of an earth mother. I want you to think about your own mother, and I want you to imagine that your mother has a primal mother. You know, so many of us put our mothers on pedestals, and I know I've done that. I don't know if you've done that, but where it's like our mother was superhuman, or she, you know, whatever, she had gifts or abilities that we don't have, or she was, even if those things aren't true, a lot of us put our earth mothers on pedestals, but our earth mothers are human. They had challenges and struggles. They suffered. They were in harmful relationships, some of them, right? They didn't know quite who they were. They didn't have spiritual tools and practices. They were alone in many cases, right? I love it. Dawn says, mine was just a victim of her time and circumstances, but she did what she could. Mine too. You know, my mom did the best that she could do with what she had at the time. So tonight, the first thing, right, the first thing I want us to do is I want us to acknowledge our mothers tonight. And I understand if you can't do it tonight, okay? But if you can, I'm just promising you something of a breakthrough. If you can do this with me tonight. And maybe just try, okay? I've had my own wounding, so I understand what I'm talking about, right? I want you to bring your attention to your mom, if you can tonight, energetically. And I want you to express some form of acknowledgement or gratitude toward her. If you can say thank you, I think it's really powerful. But if the best you can do is just to say, you were my mother, I understand that too. Whatever you can say tonight, okay? Doesn't matter whether she's still with you in body. But it's really important, okay? And you can say anything from, I see you and you were my mother, literally just acknowledging who she is, to I see you and I honor you for doing the best you could at the time with what you had. Whatever you're able to say on that spectrum would be really beautiful. Right? Who she is to what you want to say for gratitude. I can say that I know for sure my mother did the absolute best she could do at the time with what she had. I completely trust that. And so that's where I'm at. And now I want you to widen the camera lens from your mother, right? I'm reading your comments while I'm paying attention. I want you to widen your lens now from your mother and your life out to every mother. and then out to every plant as a mother, and then out to every tree as a mother, and then out to every mountain as a mother, and then out to every river and every lake as a mother, and then out to every rock formation as a mother, and then out to every crystal as a mother. And I want you to take a moment and see if you can feel. Again, I'm not pressuring you, and I completely have so much compassion if this is difficult. But if you can do it, it's really powerful. If you can look out at everything, every conscious, sentient thing on this planet, and recognize that all of the mothers across the planet are doing the best that they can in this moment with what they have and where they are. They might not be at your level of conscious awareness, you know what I mean? They may not be at your level of practice or at your level of service. They may not be. So you can say, well, they could do better, or I thought it could have been this, or whatever. But maybe they're not as gifted as you are, or as experienced as you are, or as mindful as you are, or as tender as you are, or as open-hearted as you are. Like, maybe they're not, right? And like how challenging for them to try and do their best without tools maybe, or awareness, or experience, or lifetimes, or, right? That's what I wish too, Ursula. I really wish my mom, I wish my mom one more go at this human experience with like all the joy. I mean, it's crazy, but if I could make one wish, it actually wouldn't be for me. It would be that my mom would get to just have like a really fun lifetime with no loss and no responsibility and no, no rejection, like just with pure. I so hope she gets to have that, and that's through pain and tears, right? This goes for everything, Heidi Cruz, and yet we're focusing on mamas tonight for a reason, and that's because of Pachamama. That's because of Pachamama. Tonight we're working with the Earth's mother. And so I want you to take just a moment, and we're going to journey in with her in just a few minutes. But I want you to take just a moment, and I want you to come into contact with your belly button, your navel. This is your point of connection to your mother, and your mother's mother, and your mother's mother's mother. It's your point of connection to the earth. It's your point of connection to nutrients and nurturing and health and even to prosperity. That's why I've been working with your solar plexus this month. I've been working with essential oils for the solar plexus and the navel, and like trying to get you back to this primal place to remember you came from someone who came from someone who came from someone who came from someone who came from someone. Like this is the one lineage you can't deny or repress. It's the one part of the shadow that won't be denied. And so tonight we look not to our physical mother, not to our earthly mother, not to our, I'm not looking to my physical mother, but I'm looking to Pachamama. I'm looking to my planet's mother. I'm looking to the mother of the essential oils that are in my perfumes for healing tonight. And so tonight we greet you, Pachamama, for this sacred journey. And we ask that you embrace us tonight as your children. We ask that you receive us, that you bless us, and in return that you teach us how to bless you, how to receive you, how to be in relationship with you. how to honor your creatures and your living things, how to honor the life force, how to honor our children, how also to honor our relationships with our elders, how to honor our relationship to each other in this place and time, and how to be a voice of beauty and compassion and intelligence. We ask that you move through us, that you move with us, and that you see that we're trying, and that you have compassion for our struggles as we move through them. We ask that you bless the seeds that we've planted in 2019. We ask that you bless what is already growing inside of us and through us, what will emerge and bloom in 2020. We ask for blessings upon those crops and those seeds. And finally, we ask that you wrap your arms around us, your children. Help us to feel safe and strong and connected and blessed, held in this moment and all moments. And together we say, Amen Aho, and so it is. Amen Aho, so it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Now, thank you for that, Melanie, and happy early birthday to you. That makes me very happy. Okay, so we have our candle, we've anointed. If you have any stones that you want to charge during this journey, you're welcome to. I'm going to charge the beautiful pendant I'm giving away to one of you. And my jewelry, I think, more than anything. I can't think of a particular stone I want to charge going into this, but if you have a stone, I'm going to just charge the stones that are in this little tray I'm giving away to one of you today. So all of these beauties are in the tray, and then anything else that you want to charge. And again, we will, I'm going to be playing a song for you for the next few minutes while we journey with Pachamama, and we will post the song for you if you'd like to work with it outside of this experience. All right, any questions before we begin? Anything that you want to know or want to ask before we start? I welcome your questions at this point. Oh, I love that. Olia's got her leopard skin Jasper sphere. That's a perfect tool for you. Oh, they just put the song up for you, which is great. Aw, that's so great. And Jody's oldest daughter just texted her with love. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so of course, like I've got my little mini, this is my mini mesa right here, so that I've got, so if you want to have your mini mesa right here with you, my grid's right here with me in front of me, so anything from your mesa that you want to charge this month, but anything else, you know, if there's any jewelry that you've got or any stones that you want to add this energy to of grounding and nurturing and blessing and beauty, boulder opal would be beautiful. That's right. And think about the different ways that you mother and are mothered as we journey tonight. You know what I mean? And call in blessings for your own mothering and for your own experience of the receiving of being mothered. Oh, I love that, you guys. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so bring your energy back into present time. Roll your shoulders back. Close your eyes. Bring your attention back to your breath. And so as we begin tonight, I want you to imagine, and you can go through your own navel, your own womb, or you can just imagine diving into the womb of the planet. But I want you to imagine tonight going back into the womb of the mother, not your mother, but the womb of the planet. And I want you to feel yourself being held and cocooned and loved as we begin this journey together. Pachamama, I ask that you come forward and wrap your arms around us this evening. Help us to feel, help us to sense and to know and to receive this experience of being your child. Help us to intuit our own worthiness and our own awareness, and help us also to understand how to carry this energy forward for others in our lives after this journey. Where do we need to show up more as the mother? Not just a mother, but the mother. And I want all of you tonight, I really feel strongly to tell you that even if you aren't a physical mother in this life yet or ever, that doesn't mean that you're not carrying the life force, that you are not a mother, that others don't see you as mothering or nurturing or compassionate or providing unconditional love. And so tonight I want you to, that's right, I mean, some of the most powerful moms I know don't have physical children. And some moms I know who have physical children do not carry the life force as strongly as those women do. And so I just want you to know, it does not, it's really, really true. Whether you ever have physical children born of your body, to me, is not a measure of your own mothering. Because I've just known too many people in my life who never physically had children, but have taught me so much about what it means to be a mother through their example and their energies. So I just want you to know. And of course, Rinna, it's okay for men. I mean, men, you come from women. You know, one of the things I'm proudest of in my son is how he carries the feminine. He's so nurturing and so mothering and so loving. So he's absolutely, if you asked me, like, who has the strongest divine feminine in your life, my son would be top 10. He's so compassionate and so wise and so loving and so nurturing, and he's constantly like, that's what he's doing with his friends. They come to him for that. Is that any less of a mother? I don't think so. He's just so strong with his feminine, right? So it's everybody, and it's a call to you, whether you have children, don't have children, can't have children, whatever it is. I just want you to know I honor you wherever you're taking tonight's medicine. It's so powerful for you. But my son knows, like, he knows how nurturing and feminine and soft and tender, and, you know, and that's part of his power. He doesn't see it as something that undermines his masculinity. He just sees it as like part of who he is, right? He's going to be a good partner one day to whoever chooses him, I think. That's really true. Well, thank you. I mean, honestly, the feminine is more powerful with my son than it is with Zoe. So if we just say, oh, only women have the divine feminine, like, I don't think that's true, right? It's really true. Yeah. And celebrate it with the little wizards in your life who have their feminine intact, because they need to know how amazing that is. So bringing your attention back to your breath. Rolling your shoulders back. And I'm going to start playing our music tonight. And as I do, I want you to imagine that you are moving into the womb of Pachamama herself. And that can look like entering through a tree, entering through a crystal. Maybe you have a crystal that looks like it has a portal on it. And that's where you're going to enter and find Pachamama tonight. There's no wrong way to find her. And bear with me as I get my music going for you. There we go. And letting that wind down until the loudest sound in the room is your own beautiful heartbeat. I'm welcoming you back. Here and now, present time. Oh, I love that. Ashley said what she received was that she has the energy and the love of her entire lineage within her, right? And you do. You know, you are the result of the love of every mother in your line. You are the one. You carry all of that lineage forward. And you do it in a way that no one else can do it. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter whether you ever have children. Because like I said earlier, some of the people in my life who are the most powerful channels of the divine feminine have never had children, will never have children. And some of the women in my life have been the weakest at channeling the divine feminine. So it's like, you don't have to be in a certain body or have a certain life to do this work. Like, it has to come through you, right? Did you like the new drum? I've never journeyed with you with this drum before, but I've had this drum for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And it just came to me today to use this drum with you. So did you like it? Okay, good. I'll do it again. The music shut off a little earlier than it was supposed to, and it was like, well, and what I heard from my guides was just keep drumming, like just keep going with it. Did you like it? That's good. So good. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it actually really is a pretty drum. And it was really sweet when I bought it. She gave it to me with this little like carrying case and all of these things, and I fell in love with it. And it's a handmade drum. So it has all the beauty and the energy. And it was used when I bought it. And I quite like that. You know, other people had drummed with that drum before I got it, so I'm glad you liked it. Sometimes when I play it on camera, it's too tinny, you know what I mean? And I don't want to hurt your ears, so I'm glad that had the nice full sound that we need, and of course the energy was just right. I'm glad you like that. So, and now you have the song, so you can download that song and drum with it. It gives you a really good, easy mother beat. There's a little bit of a dub beat in there, but you can ride it, and it gives you a good mother beat, trains you how to get into a drum circle and sort of connect, right? I'm so glad you guys liked it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love this camera, but like, I can only see 3 of your comments at a time. And so that's the one thing I don't know if it's going to work, because I can't see your comments. But other than that, I love this new camera, so I'm glad you guys are liking it too. Yeah, dub means there's a step between the beats, right? So if you're, it'll be like, it'll put the beats between your beats, and so you kind of have to, that dub beat can throw you off, but once you get into the zone, if you kind of chill and just kind of like listen and follow, you'll be able to track it, but it throws an extra step in there, is kind of what I understand dub to be. So Deborah said she imagined a cave full of ancestors with the warmth of a fire and all of that energy being around her, which I think is so beautiful. Right? You have to kind of find the beat and kind of write it. So we'll see what you guys think of that. I'm so glad you liked it. Can I teach a music class? You know what's really funny is it wouldn't occur to me to teach a music class, because I don't think of myself, even though, you know, I played flute for 15 years and I play drums. I don't think of myself as a music teacher. But I guess a lot of us are like that, right? Like we don't think of ourselves as teachers of these other things that we do. But it might be fun to, what I might want to do is actually lead you guys through a couple of drum circles next year. So instead of just me drumming, maybe have like, I don't know, a dozen people in the room so that all of us are drumming and you can learn how to find the mother beat and then you can learn how to track it and then you can learn how to contribute to it, like your own unique beat. Wouldn't that be fun? I love that you were in the forest within a cave. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, because when you hear all the different beats and you find where to enter and where to add your rhythm, whatever that is, that's the power of a drum circle, right? Because each person, you need the beat of each individual drummer to make the ultimate powerful sound that comes forward. Yeah, we did it one time. That's right, Rena. God, it was years ago, wasn't it? Wasn't it like was it a summer solstice that we did that? I want to say it was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, but it's been forever since we did that. Well, there you have it. So we will, Team SG, we're going to do a drum circle. Poor Alexis and Maria are probably like, yes, that's me. That means you're going to be drumming. So Pachamama laid her head in Faith's lap and gave her plant medicine. Isn't that beautiful? Scout said I was in a cave and Pachamama was dancing and morphing her skin with all the elements and had crystals around her. Isn't that beautiful? And Lily is a drummer. Okay, the pressure's on you now, Lily. You're going to have to help me hold the mother beats so that everybody else can jump in. Look at that. I love reading your comments. Stephanie fell through a hole in the crystal and Pachamama caught her. How beautiful is that? Leo is being breastfed, which is honestly that's only happened to me like 2 or 3 times in Journey, but it's been some of my most powerful journeys is when I'm being like literally breastfed by Pachamama, like her energy going in through and nourishing me like a mother would, right? So good, you guys. And she hugged Lorian to her chest. Andrew was in the earth's core with a vine umbilical cord, which reminds me of ayahuasca, Andrew, like how the mother vine grows through the Amazon basin. It reminds me of that, like the image in my head as you write your comment. Lisa was in the womb. Oh, we're so happy to read your comments and see what you guys experienced. What a beautiful journey. I want to thank Pachamama herself. She's like, get the drum back. I don't think I'm done yet. Oh, I love that. How to work with snakes, Ursula. You know, snake medicine is about remembering to shed every season. So start there. I had this moment this week. It was so funny. My spirit guides were like, you have a snakeskin cuff and you're not wearing it. Why are you not wearing it? Like, this is the season when you need to slough all of this off, you know, and like, why are you not working with that skin? So maybe you need to work with snakeskin and maybe you need to shed some skin, you know, release something. I don't know what that looks like for you, or wear your snake ring, which I'm wearing. Like I usually wear this one, right? Denise said, Pachamama took my physical form and cradled her in her arms. So beautiful. Gator and kangaroo for Emily. I love that. Stephanie, I'm really glad you were here too. Diane Lights, who was told to open her heart. And that's uncoiled too, that's right. I mean, snakes come up for me all the time because I have so much southern medicine in my chart. I'm all fire. So the season of summer and the direction of south and all of that snake medicine of transformation and constantly like revealing a new skin and becoming vulnerable. Vulture medicine too. Michelle would be part of the southern medicine, right? Lily got a bear hide and was snuggled into the earth. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love that, Myri, too. Yeah, no, you and I, Scout, have all the fire. That is so true. Tia said, I made tea as my mom would before Journey. She was at my left side tonight and led me into Journey. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. I'm so grateful. I'm enjoying reading your comments for a minute. Yeah, and Dina, I think that's true. She said I couldn't drop in, but she might go back and do it again. And maybe do the 7 or 8 minutes of the drum journey, you know, do that part again, before you go to bed tonight, like maybe fall asleep, go back to where it started. And I can drum you into sleep tonight. Oh, I love that. Daiichi Roberts said I walked on her belly, fell on her belly button, and then we danced. Yeah, it's probably true, Dawn. And sometimes your biggest work is when you're asleep in dream time, right? So be patient with yourself. If it doesn't all happen in the moment, it's usually because it's going to happen later. Okay. I wish I could drum you to sleep every night. That's my vision of our commune one day. So there'll be somebody drumming us off to sleep every night. It actually really is. Like I was talking to a friend of mine about this the last couple of days. She's like, can you get that commune going? And I was like, can you imagine like every night at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, you start hearing drumming? Can you imagine if every night someone was drumming at, let's say, 11 o'clock at night to tell you to go to sleep? And they would drum for 20 or 30 minutes, and you could just lay down and close your eyes and let the drumming carry you off to sleep. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I always say, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I could, yeah. If you guys would you like me to drum? I'm actually thinking this drum would be a really good one for an audio for you guys, just to do a, and then bring it to the heartbeat. Maybe I'll do that. I think I would sleep better than I've ever slept in my whole life. If somebody all of a sudden, like I can imagine it like at 11 o'clock at night going, oh, I can just feel my whole body going, oh, it's time, hurry, go get in bed. Anyway, I think somewhere in the old temple days that used to happen. And so when I say it and we're all like, oh my God, I want that. Like, I think it used to happen for us. When I was in high school, I did the short flags and the tall flags, you know, with where the band goes out and they play and the girls have their flags and stuff. And this is what they used to drum. There was a drum line. We had this very specific routine that we would do to that like, my heart would just like flutter. And I remember thinking like, I think I'm more excited about this than anybody else. So there's something in our soul that loves it, and it's fun to know that you like it too. Okay. So guardians of the lower world, thank you for inviting us tonight deep into the belly of Gaia herself. Thank you for inviting us to connect around the drum beat and the heartbeat and around our crystal medicine. Helping us to share this healing tonight and this vibration and this sacred frequency with others around the world who need this medicine, who can feel this medicine. We release the guides and the guardians of the lower world with gratitude. And guides and guardians of the middle world, this here and now moment. My brothers and my sisters in Soul Shift, my brothers and my sisters in the Magical Sabbatical, and all of us who gather here at session 3 to journey into the lower world, to find healing, to find blessing, to find connection, to find validation. The healing of the feminine, integration. We release you with gratitude tonight. And guides and guardians of the upper world, Akashic realms, astral gateway, release you tonight with gratitude. Thank you for revealing wisdom to us and insight and information and helping us to open those upper chakras to be able to see you and sense you and feel you and understand you more clearly. We release you. And guides and guardians of the North, thank you for your patience and your protection and your wisdom tonight. Thank you for being with us, for walking with us. Thank you for teaching us, for showing us the way. Thank you for helping us to let go of fear. We release you with gratitude. And guides and guardians of the West, the water gateway. Thank you for mother medicine tonight, grandmother medicine tonight, Pachamama medicine tonight, reminding us that the Great Mother lives within all of us, male, female, masculine, feminine, mother, father, in between, no matter how you identify who you are. She walks within you, with you, alongside you, holding your hand. Your greatest lineage is to honor her, to integrate her. If you're masculine, if you're male, you can be a good teacher of her. You can be a good guide, a good mentor. Sometimes even more powerful than your female spirits and co-workers in this life. Don't shirk your responsibility. The feminine lives in all of us. We release the guides and the guardians of the Western Gateway tonight. And guides and guardians of the South, teaching us how to be full of passion, full of enthusiasm, full of excitement. Get this party started. For those of us who carry the fire of the feminine in our bellies, thank you for teaching us that we're not too much. Our passion is needed, our fire is needed, our creativity is the food, the fuel for this planet at this time. Get things moving, get things going, be curious, keep asking questions, keep exploring in the South, keep shedding, keep releasing, keep becoming, keep evolving. You're not done yet. We release you, guardians of the South. And guardians of the East, we thank you. You greeted us first, you greet us last. Thank you for helping us find a new way. The old ways aren't serving us anymore. Old ways of communicating, old ways of being, old ways of understanding, old ways of engaging. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Thank you for opening us tonight to new pathways, new forms of spaciousness and creativity in our lives, helping us to keep an open mind and an open heart, helping us to be right and wrong at the same time. We release the East, the South, the West, the North, the upper, the middle, the lower. Amen, aho, and so it is. With that, our beautiful ceremony honoring Pachamama is complete. Well, here's the thing, Scout. You know, gender in my life has always been very fluid. And so when people come to me and say, I don't think I'm male or female, I don't think I'm gay or straight, I don't think I'm this or that, I can't fit into binaries, I just want you to know, if you ever find yourself not fitting into binaries, like, I can meet you there. And I struggled for a long time to even understand, like, my own identity, right? Like, I've lived so many lifetimes as a male person with male bits and pieces, and I've lived so many lifetimes as a female, and I've lived so many lifetimes as neither of those things that I really understand what it means to be confused, like, or clear, but not fitting into categories, right? And so I just want you to know, like, literally wherever you are, and even if you spent your whole life feeling male, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know, or you've spent your whole life feeling like a heterosexual female, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know. I just want you to know that's a creative space, because you've been everything and everything in between. And so that's why I think really deeply spiritual people are not judgmental when it comes to sex and gender, because we understand it's so fluid and we've been all over the map, right? Yeah, just be an Amazon warrior like Myri. I love that, actually. When people ask me what I am, I always ask them what they want me to be. Because it's what I'm really saying is whatever you need me to be. Like, have you ever had that? People go, oh, are you, so what are you? Are you like gay? Are you straight? I'm always like, what do you want me to be? Like, what's easy for you? What box do you have that you want me to put me in, and then I can go with that, but I don't know what I am, but whatever you want me to be, right? Or a shield maiden, or a unicorn. I'm a unicorn, maybe something other than that. Yeah, but you know, people will ask, and I like people to be comfortable. Like, if they have something they want me to be, then I can be that. Christina's coming out of her trance. I love that. You guys. All right. So this was session 3 of our work with Pachamama. We have one more session left, which is, I would tell you, the most powerful session of the month awaits us. I know. So the most powerful session of November awaits us, because, and I want to prepare you for this, so give me like 5 minutes just to describe to you what we're doing. So next week, we are going to prepare a despacho. Actually, I think we're doing it this Wednesday. Is that right? Team SG, can you guide me? Because next week is Thanksgiving, so I think we're actually doing it this Wednesday. My weeks are kind of thrown off because of the holidays. I'm 90% sure, but it might be next Wednesday. I'm not sure. Is it this Wednesday or next Wednesday? Crafting is Wednesday. Okay, yeah, because next Wednesday is the week before, or the day before Thanksgiving. Okay, in North America. Okay. So, camera down. You will look at my display. So this is what came with your mesa, okay, which is your your sort of like initial supplies, okay? You got this beautiful candle which burns rainbow colors, and we'll show you that when we get together, for sealing your despacho. And it represents the element of fire. Then you got a feather to represent the element of air. If you don't have the mesa, that's why I'm doing this, Stephanie, so that you can get some stuff gathered, okay? So if you don't have your mesa, I want you to know what we have, so that before class on Wednesday, you can gather your own supplies. Yeah, so let me, if you can, just hang with me for a minute, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, and then on Wednesday you'll be completely prepared for what we're doing. So despacho is an offering, and it's an offering to Pachamama. And the only rule with despacho, really, because so many traditions do despacho differently, okay, is that everything has to be biodegradable. You don't want to put anything into our mother's belly, into Gaia, that she can't consume, meaning compost, okay? So shells, crystals, feathers, fabric that's all natural, a little bit of wax is okay, essential oils are good. So all the crystals, all the shells, all of the you know, herbs from your garden that you want to include, right? This is the list. So I'm showing you what came in the mesa, which was a feather for air, a shell for water, rainbow hematite for earth, and the candle for fire. If you guys are gathering your own supplies, what you ultimately make is you combine all of your offerings together, and then you fold it This isn't really what it looks like, though. I'm just doing it to kind of give you an image. And then you take some twine or whatever you have, again, organic, and you're going to make it into a little package. And we're going to be praying while we do this, so I'm just showing you. And then you bury this into Mother, okay? Yeah, so we've done despacho together and buried it together. So this is another despacho. It's like a medicine bundle, but you bury it. And so despacho means offering, okay? So this is an offering to Pachamama. So you got the basics in your mesa, but I want to tell you, you can add a lot of different things. You can write a letter to Pachamama on biodegradable paper and include it in here, right? Or you can burn it. Some people burn it, some people bury it. I bury it because it's easier. It's actually illegal to burn things at any of the beaches and local places except for Dockweiler, which is really far away from where I live. So because it's burning things is illegal at the beaches where I live, I always bury. It's up to you. If it's legal to burn things where you are, then party on Wayne and party on Garth and burn this baby, burn it. Okay? Yeah, you could. You could absolutely write on your cloth. Maybe I'll do that. Right? Begin my letter to her there. So you can write her a letter. You can put as many crystals, as many seashells. You can put, I have friends who sometimes will put in like hair clipping or nail clippings as an offering, or their tears or saliva or menstrual blood, or, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to go about this. I will share with you. What else do I want to tell you about this? Ashes from your shell, right? I just released some onto there without even trying. So ashes can go on there. Your little bit of your agua de florida can go on there. Some of your honey can go in there. Anything that is natural, right, can go into your despacho. So I just want you to prepare your ingredients because this is what we're going to be doing together on Wednesday of this week. And I am really excited to be doing despacho ceremony with you. It's an emotional ceremony. It's a beautiful ceremony. And so if you don't have your mesa, gather what you have. Now traditionally too, they put candy in there, like something dulce, right? Something sweet for the ancestors. So if you have like a, what I have to add is this. These are my favorite little ginger mints. I'm getting them at Trader Joe's. They're just my favorite. I love them so much. So I'm going to put one of my little ginger mints in there as my candy, something sweet to add in there. If you want to add bay leaves, because traditionally you can add the herbs from your mesa, yes, obviously, and your essential oils and anything from your mesa that you want to add. Some people in traditional Karo shamanism will add 3 coca leaves to represent the 3 worlds in the middle of their despacho. So if you have bay leaves, that's a really good alternative for coca leaves. So that's what I'm going to walk you through, Dawn Fisher, on Wednesday is the intention setting piece of this. And what we do with despacho is it's an offering and it's a releasing. It's a surrendering. So, so thank you. So that's exactly it, Priscilla Ocasio. So it's an offering and it's a surrendering in service of healing. So what is it that you're going to think of? This as your chance to give her what's too heavy for you to carry anymore. What are you ready to let go of? And then how do you want to say thank you? So flowers are beautiful in there, seashells, crystals, sand from your favorite beach, all of your favorite essential oils can go in there, candies or anything that you love the taste of, that's sweet. Honey can go in there, right? It's going to be really fun. And it ends up being really beautiful. And I like to do mine placing everything clockwise and then making almost a mandala out of it. It's a great question. So Vicky said it's already frozen where she is. And so if it's already frozen, the tiara, the ground where you are, then what I want you to do is I want you to get a pot with soil. And I want you to bury your despacho into a pot with soil for now. And then as soon as the ground thaws in the spring, I want you to take your pot out into your garden and transplant your despacho into the soil there. It's beautiful. Yeah, so if the ground is already frozen where you are, there's an easy fix for that. You just do kind of what you can do for right now, and then as soon as the ground thaws, I want you to transplant from your pot into your garden. Absolutely. Husbands, ashes. Like I said, I have a friend who always puts one of her either like one of her, if she saved any of her children's teeth or their hair, like cutting little locks from their hair, she'll put that into her despacho too, which is honoring her lineage. So any of those things, or just a little bit of saliva, includes your own life force in it. And then I'm going to walk you through on Wednesday at the end of our time together where to bury it and how to bury it. We always bury to the east. That's the direction of new beginnings. And so if you're doing it into a pot, you're going to want to put it into a pot, cover it with soil, and put it in the east of your garden or your backyard or your patio until the ground thaws, and then you'll want to transfer it to the east. So your saliva is only one option for your, but saliva is good if you don't want to do blood. I was going to show you, I don't have mine here to show you. There's a tool that I have. They're coming, I actually had them made for you guys, and they're coming to the shop next Sunday. They are Himalayan quartz needles, and they're really, really sharp. And so you use them for energy work, but you can also use them to draw just a little bit of blood that you can add to, but saliva is just as good if you don't want to go that far. That's right, Pachamama, I love that. If you're putting it in a pot, I think that's so cute. Yeah, blood's okay, depending on what you want to do. Yeah, no, I had these needles made for you. I thought I brought mine over to show you, but I had them made out of Himalayan quartz. And they are literally long, skinny needles and I'll show you how to use them for crystal healing too. We're going to use them next year in classes, but isn't that fun? You guys are all discovering your little Wisconsin collective right now live. Isn't that cool? Kind of neat. I love that you guys are finding each other. All right. Any other questions before I sign off for tonight? I hope you guys enjoyed this evening. I sure did. I loved every minute of it. I'm glad you guys are excited. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you to Pachamama for being a beautiful guide and hosting us this evening and teaching us how to go deeper with our work. And like I said, for our bonus class for North Incense Making, your kit is in the shop if you'd like it. And then I'm going to choose one person from Soul Shift who shopped today to give you this beautiful set of crystals, and I did a little live about this. Now, this is my giveaway for tonight. Are you ready? So this is azurite. It's open on the back. Isn't it beautiful? Azurite is the priestessing stone. It's a powerful third eye stone. I've had this piece for a couple of months. I've been sitting on it, and I was waiting for the exact right occasion to give it away. So if anybody feels really connected to it, or especially if you're doing third eye work, trying to develop your psychic abilities, heighten your intuition, anything like that, this would be a perfect stone for you to be working with. And look at the detail. I can't believe I can show you that detail on camera. It's kind of blowing my mind right now. So if you want a piece of magic from my heart to yours, it's so fun. I'm just kind of letting the comments come in for a second. Azurite, by the way, Edgar Cayce, I've told you this story many times, but Edgar Cayce said that he would not have had his visions and prophecies without azurite. He really credited this stone with his psychic insights and intuition. And I really feel it when I work with azurite. I don't work with azurite all the time because I like tanzanite too for psychic and third eye work, but it's this is a powerful one, and it's one of the few just pure tanzanite crystal necklaces I've seen. And they only had one. This was made by the same man who makes my jewelry, and he only had one. So I couldn't put it in the shop. It had to be a giveaway. Isn't that cool? Michelle knows it's not for her. I love that too. All right. I think I feel it. I think I know who this is going to. I'm so excited. All right, Susie Inman. I got the huge little up my spine when I saw your name, Susie Inman. This is for you. And what I'm feeling is this is supposed to be validation for you. Like if you've been waiting on a sign, or if you've been asking your spirit guides, like, am I in the right place? Is this the right time? This is a sign for you, Susie Inman. I hope she didn't sign off already. I hope she saw that she got it. It is 1000% for you, sweet Susie. If she didn't see, will you guys make sure she finds out? Because I'm excited for her too. She may have already left us for the evening, but congratulations to you, Susie. Super excited for you. Ah! You're there. Yay. Okay, good. So you needed a sign. This is your sign. Mwah. Yay. So I kissed it. It is anointed. I made a perfume today. I actually got a little bit in trouble for it because I was late for another meeting, but my spirit guides were just going on and on. So I ended up making a perfume today called Psychic Surgery. It's not available yet, so don't get excited. I have to bottle it and get it ready. But I'm going to anoint your piece, Susie Inman, with Psychic Surgery. For removal of energies that don't serve you. Feels really right for you. Yeah, it's a good one. I went into kind of a trance state when I was making it, and it turned out that one of my team SG members really needed it. So I ended up making it. I don't think I made it for you guys. I think I ended up making it for her. But at some point it'll come to the website too. I'm so glad she's happy. And she feels connected to it too. I'm going to anoint the stones that are in this beautiful tray with Psychic Surgery too, because there's so many of the stones that I put on this beautiful tray for you guys that are about intuition and releasing energy. Psychic Surgery is really interesting. Can I show you? It's kind of solid. I used Ginger Lily Absolute, and this turned into like I didn't dilute this, by the way. But it kind of turned into like a balm. Isn't that interesting? I've never made a perfume like that before. I wish I could like put it through the camera to you so that you could so you could work with it. But I'm just gonna anoint all the stones that are on this tray with it. So whoever wins this tonight can get that medicine too. Big time crystal healing coming your way. All right. Right? Put your third eye up there. I'll put it on your third eye. It looks like balm, doesn't it? I mean, it's just pure essential oils and resins, but like I'm turning the bottle upside down. Do you see? And it's like it's really interesting. It's got this like kind of viscous like texture to it. I'm kind of into it. I digress. All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm gonna do it in this bottle precisely because of that, because it's kind of thick, and that way you can anoint your vocals with it or whatever else you need to do. But like, isn't that crazy? It doesn't drip, but there's very little of it. So when the time comes, I'll let you know. I know. I'm glad you guys are excited. All right. Aho, happy shopping. So anyway, there's a thread in Soul Shift if you want to enter to win this. Your tools for our upcoming North Incense bonus class are on the website. I'm going to sign off for now, and I want to wish you guys a beautiful evening. Thank you for being here for session 3. You too. Thank you, Holly, and other Lisa, and Lisa, and Michelle, and Scout. It was really good to see all of you guys tonight. Love you. I'll see you guys very soon.